Welcome back to another Porsche Car Whisperer video. If this is your first time checking out my channel, my name is Mason Gilchrist and I cover everything Porsche. And today I'm going to be building a brand new Porsche Cayenne for you guys on the configurator. However, it's yet to be released here on the US configurator, but I want to give you guys a sneak peek as to what are some of the options. And we're also going to try to keep it under $100,000. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hop right behind the configurator here and try to keep this Cayenne under $100,000 as the MSRP has raised quite drastically from model year 2023. The starting price is now $79,200. Now there is a lot of changes in this new Cayenne. It's not something I'm gonna be covering in today's video. It's gonna be for a later model year changes video, but there's a lot of differences in the back. The front is very Taycan-esque. The interior is a lot adapted from the Taycan, but again, we're gonna be talking about some of those bigger changes later on. So let's go ahead and hop right behind the configurator and build us a brand new Cayenne. So here we are, we're on the Porsche website. Can't build it yet here. It's still delayed, but there's the starting price, $79,200. So that's a pretty drastic jump. Of course, we do got a pretty significant bump here in power as well. From the previous generation, so it's about 13 horsepower or so. So let's go ahead and hop behind the configurator, and here we are. This is kind of the old school look on the configurator. It's not the new school look because I'm doing it a little bit of a different way than I would typically do when we're building the car, just because it has not been released yet. So here we go. We're gonna hop right into the colors. I'm not gonna go for one of these more expensive colors or special colors, as we like to call it, as that's gonna kind of dig into our $100,000. You can see right now we're at $80,850 after destination. So I'm gonna stick with quartzite gray metallic. I think that brings a nice aggressive look to the car. You can see it here. Look at those new headlights, new taillights. It's been redesigned there in the back. Of course, the interior is gonna be the largest, which we'll be getting to here in a moment. Now in terms of wheels, 20-inch wheels, you're still gonna have the black plastic over the wheel arches. So I'm gonna say that we should probably go with a 21. It'll actually make that painted. I'm gonna go with these Spyder design wheels in high gloss black. That's a $4,000 option. So you can see now that that's painted in body color and gives us a nice aggressive looking Cayenne. Now we do have quite a few other wheels that we've had in the past, the exclusive design 21-inch wheels in a bunch of different colors. The exclusive design wheels have changed style just a little bit. We still have the Cayenne turbo wheels, so some of them are carryovers from last year's model, but we do have some new wheels, and this is the new look of this Spyder design wheel. So I think it looks pretty slick. I'm gonna keep the black interior. Again, we're already at 85, we don't have a lot to go, but if you do like the new interiors, I actually changed where they put some of the color. So for example, if I do the red here on the inside, you'll see how it actually has changed a little bit from a previous car. So in the back now we've got a black seat, we have a black center console. In the past that was all red, so it's switched up a little bit here from the previous model, but again I'm going to keep it here with the black interior. Let's go ahead and scroll down. I always skip the seats because, as we have in the past, the packages have upgraded seats, so I'm going to continue on here. Exterior decals and logos, you can get some pretty slick logos here on the back. They're all bespoke. I'm not going to be doing that as part of today's build, but figured I'd show you guys. We got the Porsche logo there on the side. Some of you may have seen it. It'll just say Porsche down there at the bottom. So that's what this guy's going to be. So let's go ahead and keep working our way down. We're not going to put in these exterior decals or logos here on this car. Deletion of model designation on the rear. That's something I like. It makes it look a little cleaner. It's just going to get rid of that Cayenne there in the back. So now it just says Porsche, which I like the way that looks. Let's go ahead and close this little tab here. We're going to go to the seats. Heated seats, we're not going to mess with that either, as we're going to end up getting a package, so we'll end up getting those seats here in a moment. So we're going to skip all the seat stuff as well. We're going to hop right into the packages. So off-road design package or off-road package, what exactly does it get you? It adds this extra cladding here on the side. Of course, we got the compass as, instead of the clock there up in the dash. So just kind of showing you, my face is blocking it a little bit, but it just kind of shows you what we've got. Of course, you also have to have air suspension when getting that. So it's going to be a little bit more than just $2,000. So let's go ahead and continue on. Premium package. It's a smaller package. What does it all include? Panoramic roof, heated front and rear seats, Bose, ACC or adaptive cruise control, and ambient lighting. I feel like we should get a little bit more options than that. Now you'll notice on this new configurator, there's going to be 2 different premium package pluses. There's 10 options in one, 9 options in the other. So what exactly do they include? Well, let's go ahead and click on the $6,900 one first. Panoramic roof, 4-zone climate, 14-way seats. There's those seats we were talking about. Always like to add those. Bose surround sound, of course, upgraded sound system. Adaptive cruise control, comfort access, ambient lighting, heated seats, and the seat ventilation front. Now, there's one key thing that's missing that Porsche actually highlighted a couple months ago, I want to say about 4 months ago, in a Porsche newsroom article. And it has to do with the brand new HD Matrix LED headlights. So this is 16,000 individual LEDs per headlight. I'm going to be talking about exactly how that technology works and just kind of an overview of those headlights here in the near future. But today, these headlights are a big step up in the previous generation headlights. So that's going to be the biggest difference between these 2 premium packages is this one that's $8,090. You're going to notice here, it's going to include these HD Matrix LED headlights with PDLS Plus. I think that's a nice option, especially with these new headlight systems. I think we should definitely add that. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. It's going to ask me if I want to do anything else. 18-way seats, that's always a good option for $420, pretty solid. Bose, of course, we got adaptive cruise control, as we talked about in the past. Premium Package Plus, that is a new option for Premium Package Plus. In the past, you had to add it as a separate option. You can also get the HD Matrix headlights in black, so around the surrounds and kind of on the interior housing, it's going to be all black, so that makes it look a little bit aggressive. So I'm just going to keep it the way we've got here. Again, rating $8,090. Boom, just like that, we're at $93,790. So that's a pretty big jump already. Let's go ahead and close the packages section. Exterior packages, extended exterior package in black. I'll just show you guys exactly what that looks like. Let me kind of go to the front here. So what does it all include? Window trim in high gloss black, exterior mirrors in high gloss black, Porsche logo trim, black, which I'm going to do anyways, air blades. So this adds quite a few black trimmings to the car, which is pretty slick. But I'm just going to go ahead and stick with doing some of these separately, as I don't want to add all of those, but that'll make it look pretty aggressive. Of course, we got the sport design front bumper, if you guys want to see exactly how that looks like. And we'll do a high gloss opposed to carbon. You're going to see how it's going to change here. Also, a little bit of the side skirts. And it doesn't look like it's actually working. This is a pretty early configurator, so it may not be actually visualizing it for us, but let's see if the eye will do it for us. You can see here, it looks pretty aggressive there in the front. Side skirts, of course, look pretty slick. And then the back, it's going to look a little bit more aggressive. Man, this new Cayenne looks awesome. But we're not going to do any of that today, but just wanted to show you guys quickly, of course, what it all includes. Exterior, sport design front bumper, stainless steel skid plate, front and rear. I'm not taking my Cayenne off-roading, so we're not going to be doing any of that. Exterior lower trims in exterior color. This is the one I wanted. Window trim in high gloss black. I'm not a big fan of that silver. So boom, there you go. It's also going to change. It looks like a little bit of the front grille as well. So I think that looks pretty slick. Door handles, underdoor puddle light projectors. Of course, I love that. It says Porsche down on the ground at night. Exclusive design fuel cap. That's just going to be an aluminum fuel cap. I'm not going to do that as part of today's build. Trailer hitch, still the same price as it previously was, of $660. So let's go ahead and close the exterior package here. And we're going to go right in here to roof and transport systems. We've already got the panoramic roof. Now, if you want to do the roof rails, there you go, $830. This is something I may want to add is if you like to put a box on the top of your Cayenne, you're not going to be able to add these roof rails after the fact. So it's very important that we do it here before we take delivery of the car and while we're ordering it. So we're going to go there. Performance, rear axle steering. Of course, the rear wheels are going to turn in both directions depending on your speed. There's our air suspension we talked about previously, 2390. PDCC helps with the sway of the suspension as you're going around those corners. It's going to do that. So that's, of course, stands for Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control. Chrono, it's going to give you your little chrono valve just as we previously had with the off-road package, or you get the fancy clock in the dash opposed to the standard clock. So what is it going to show us here? So that's a pretty classy looking clock. We're going to continue on. Now you're going to notice no sport tailpipes in black. I used to love that option, and on this configurator, we're not seeing it. We got either silver or dark bronze. Technically, black for the way I'm building this car would look the best, but we don't have that option. So I'm just going to go sport tailpipes in silver, as I'm not a big proponent of these standard little tailpipes here in silver. So we're going to go sport tailpipes, going to give me the nice quad exhaust. It's going to look very similar to the sport exhaust system, but it's not going to be the full exhaust system where there's a flap inside of that system to open and close and make it louder. Of course, we got the brakes in high gloss black. Typically in the standard Cayenne, they're a little bit of a lighter black. This would make it in high gloss. Let's go ahead and close performance, lights and vision. We already upgraded the HD matrix, which was included as part of that premium package plus. We're also going to do the exclusive design taillight. So what's that going to do? Well, it's going to black out that rear taillight. Instead of having red in here, we're going to go exclusive design taillight. It's going to give it a nice aggressive look and feel. So it's just going to take a moment here. Doesn't look like that's also showing, but if you want to see it, we got the little eye. It will show us exactly what we've got. Again, this is a very early configurator, so some of the stuff is not visualizing properly. So I'm just showing you guys. Heated windshield, thermally noise insulated glass. So I'm going to close most of this. We're getting close to that $100,000. This is pretty much how I would build it if I was trying to keep it under 100 grand. Of course, we got interior eucalyptus. It's like a wood. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but you can see how cool that looks on the interior. Interior trim in carbon fiber. That's a pretty aggressive look. I typically like this. You can see how beautiful that is. It's going to be in gloss carbon fiber, so you can see that in the door. That looks awesome. You can also do it in leather, neodymes, like a goldish color. So there's a lot of options here that you can do. Seat belts and seat design. I love putting the Porsche crest on the headrest. I think it's very classy, especially doing it front and rear. Seat belts, different color. We're not going to do it. We're just kind of murdering this guy out a little bit, making it look aggressive. Now on the interior, all kinds of key pouches, bespoke key pouches, sports chrono clock, changing the color. So I'm not going to be doing any of that today. This is a new one. I haven't seen this. I don't even know how to pronounce this, to be honest with you. Some kind of fabric. So it's not even showing us exactly what that is. It says it's a zero cost option, so I'm not sure. I'll have to get more clarity on that once we get a little bit deeper into this configurator. Personalized floor mats. Some of us, we've seen that in previous Cayenne configurator builds, but I'm not going to do that today. Assistant systems, surround view, of course, we got that with active parking support. That was part of that upgraded premium package plus adaptive cruise technology package. What does that get us here on the 24 Cayenne? Night vision, passenger display, heads up. So that brings me to another point. It's pretty slick here on the new Cayenne how you can get a passenger display just as we could on the Taycan, or that we still can, of course, on the Taycan. I'm going to do that, but I'm just going to do it separately. Interior comfort. I typically like soft closed doors, especially on the Cayenne. Just nice close there. I'm going to do the dash cam front and rear. Of course, now if you get this is the pre-wiring. There's a little bit more setup that you're going to have to do, as well as buy the camera. So when you get this option, don't expect it to just be $130. There's going to be quite a bit that you still have to do a little bit later, but it definitely saves you in the end. So I'm going to not do any of these reversible cargo mats. Audio communication, of course, we got the Bose surround sound that's back in a lot of the cars. There was a chip shortage there for quite some time. It was really hard to get. Here's our passenger display, $14.90. Let's show you guys exactly what that looks like. You know what? It's not showing us, unfortunately, but it's just going to put it there right in front of the passenger, right up in this area. So that's pretty much wraps it up. Of course, we can do a delivery experience here. We got the LA, Atlanta, Zuffenhausen, Leipzig. So of course we can do a European delivery, but that pretty much wraps it up. I was barely able to keep it under the $100,000 marker. We're about 480, so I could always go through and maybe select a couple things. But that's pretty much what she looks like here, and I think she looks beautiful, to be honest. It's a very aggressive looking Cayenne. I love the new styling. Now, of course, this isn't everything on the new Spot, but just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what we can expect on the new 2024 Porsche Cayenne Configurator. As always, I appreciate you guys watching these videos. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.